What's up, y'all? It's Flying Squirrel. So we are doing part 2 of the 20K Q&A video. The last video was like 48 minutes long, and I only got through half of the questions. This time, I'm gonna try to get. I can't tarry. I cannot be given full mechanical breakdowns on every single question. I'm gonna have to go a little faster on this one. But I did want to hit every single question because I did promise I would hit every single question. And yeah, so let's get started. Zal 568. All right, genuine question. The absolute malice in your voice every time MMA Guru comes up. I was hecka surprised you even subbed to him. My question is why so much hate towards him? I don't personally watch him that often, but I see the kind of racism because I'm Muslim, and whenever any Muslim fighter wins, he goes off. But I don't think he's just like outright racist. I think he just goes a tad bit overboard. What do you think? All right. Well, the first question. So yeah, I subscribe to him because he is funny. Like he has good impressions. He's real consistent. He makes a video about every single fight, every single fighter, every single event. But yeah, I slowed down. Man, bro, I slowed down. I heard him say "Oh, I better not get no HIV from the black B words from Africa." I was like, "Hold up, bro." And then I took a break, and then I kept watching, and I heard him say some stuff about the inbred stuff. And I was like, "Okay, let me take a break again." And then I heard him say the Rajah Jackson stuff, and I was like, "Okay, Rajah Jackson. He's kind of like what he did was messed up, but." I feel like you're getting a little too much off your chest about this, calling this guy a subhuman. So yeah, what I think is, I think we're all racist, and racism is just. I heard a comedian say this, like we all are just a-holes, like we're all just jerks, and in the umbrella of being an a-hole is racism. Racism falls under that, and it's everyone's responsibility to just try to not be an a-hole all the time. And so yeah, I think he's just like letting that fly. Maybe he doesn't have any black friends, maybe he doesn't have any Muslim friends. He said before he doesn't have many friends in real life. So I mean, if you literally had Mexican friends or black friends or Muslim friends, then you wouldn't be saying stuff like they're subhuman, because you know that they're human just like you. But okay, I've already spent too much time on this question. I got 177. Okay, let's go. Thank you, Zalal. Yo, Shamil the Blob versus Waldo, who's not. I know black. I Dominica. I cannot see. They're fighting thoughts. I think Waldo's probably going to knock out Shamil. I'm definitely biased because I love, big fan of Waldo Cortez Acosta. But I Dominica. I know black, I Dominica, hypocrite. Hey, let me tell you something. Thomas Pinot. Hey, look at the eye. I keep on fight. Anyways, yeah, I think Waldo's gonna probably win. He's in better shape. Better overall fighter, but I think it'll be a good fight. Blob versus Salsa Boy. That's mean to call him a blob. Hi, bro. I love your content and your personality. How funny you look at things. When you try to talk like someone and try to imitate their accent, I die laughing. Well, I hope you're still alive because I just did it. I'm from Middle East, and somehow my English get improved by watching your videos. That's awesome. My question is, what is your dream fight that never happened? I personally want to see Khabib versus GSP. That's a great question. Khabib versus GSP would be awesome. Dang, I know it's gonna escape me, because there are some really good fights. I mean, Ilya versus Islam never happened. I would have liked to see Conor versus Chandler when they did the Ultimate Fighter. Jones versus Aspinall would have been cool. Oh, no. Francis versus Jones would have been so good. Man, I wish I could have seen Francis versus Jones. In hindsight, I feel like Jones might have beaten him. Just from the wrestling and the game planning. But still, that would have been such an awesome fight. Let me think of another one. Khabib versus Oliveira. Now, in hindsight, now we know that Khabib would have just done what Islam did, but I feel like that was a good one. He retired before Oliveira kind of hit his peak. I feel like that would have been good. Let's see. I think I will stop right there. Let's continue. How long are you gonna keep pretending you have a wife? She's literally in the house right now. I have a wife, guys. I have a wife. You should watch Jujutsu Kaisen. That fights are peak, bro. I actually love Jujutsu Kaisen. I can't believe I forgot it. Season two, yeah, season two. I've never seen a season of anime like season two of Jujutsu Kaisen. That was just ridiculous. Yuji finally sliming out Mahoto was peak. It was, dude. It was that fight, and then when his I forgot the guy's name, but when he pulled up, when his buddy from school pulled up and helped him fight Mahito, oh my gosh, best MMA YouTuber. Thank you, man. How do you feel about Malcolm Wellmaker losing? Man, I'm really I hate to see it because he quit his job and he has a family too. Like I've been seeing he has a kid and a wife. He might have multiple kids. So it kind of stinks. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, but I understand if it's your dream. But hey, who knows? Maybe we just don't know how good this guy Ethan Ewing is. What if Ethan Ewing is the next champ and Malcolm Wallmaker is the next number two guy in the division? Who knows? He might not be washed. It's just one loss. When will you start live and face reveal? I'd like to do a live one of these days. I probably won't reveal my face just because, I like some anonymity. But Sub Squirrel, you're a pretty good MMA YouTuber. And a question I have is what got you into UFC? I think I answered this. I grew up watching boxing with my dad and my uncles. We'd watch like Mike Tyson fights, Mayweather fights. And it just kind of naturally evolved into, oh, what is this fight? This is a cool fight. They're kicking here. Yeah. And then watching Kung Fu movies and stuff as a kid, natural evolution of a millennial male. Is it worrying that I genuinely think I can spar Bilal and he won't put my lights out aside from dumping me on my forehead? I don't think that's worrying. I think a lot of people genuinely think they could spar Bilal and he won't put their lights out. But we got to realize that Sean Brady, he put Sean Brady's lights out. Now, is Sean Brady that washed? Or is Bilal better than we think he is? I don't know. I still need to do my Ian Gary versus Bilal prediction video. That is kind of worrying. Hopefully you never get the opportunity. Do you ever think you'll be doing YouTube as a full-time job? As a full-time job, like I said, I'm an engineer. So if I were to quit my engineering job to do YouTube full-time, I would need to be making crazy money. I would need to be one of these guys making like, 30K, 40K, some of these guys are like, I'll make 100K a month. I would need to be making that kind of money, bro. And then even if the YouTube fails, if I'm making 100K a month, I feel like I would just invest in like real estate and stuff and then get some, there's no such thing as passive income, but get some passive income stuff going. And then I could really just like do YouTube full time. That would be sick, but I'm not betting on that, bro. Can we have a face reveal? Sorry, I'm not right now. Not right now. No, I'm tired. How are you feeling? I saw this one. MMA Guru has hatred towards Dagestanis for no reason. Same applies to blacks. If you faced him, what would you have said to him? I just watched the video that Mighty Mouse made where he was talking about the whole conflict and he told Guru, hey man, you can't be saying this racist and offensive stuff. I'm friends with these fighters. Yeah, I guess if I were to ever see him, I'd be like, bro, what's your deal? Why do you hate them so much? What did they do to you? So yeah, I would probably tell him, I'd say what you say is messed up. And then I'd try to get to the bottom of it. And then I'd try to, I would be friendly to him, but I would try to get to the bottom of why he's doing all that crap and saying all that crap. Why the F did you make a channel, Unc? Oh, I answered this question. I had no one to talk to about MMA, and I had it. And what? How old are you? How old were you when you lost your virginity? Oh my gosh. I'm 30 right now. Oh gosh. I just turned 30. Jeez. Goodness gracious. When I lost my virginity. I'm not answering that. All right. Love you, Unc. Love you too. Do you train in any combat sports or have any experience? If you had a choice, who would you spar with? Also, congrats. Um, yeah, so I wrestled in high school, I boxed in high school, and then I did jujitsu a couple years ago for a couple of years. If you had a choice, I would spar. Wait, I answered this. I said I would spar with Kamaru because I feel like we could have a. I feel like he wouldn't try to knock me out. He'd be chill in the sparring. Um, and then I feel like I could hold my own in the wrestling. If not, it would be cool to wrestle just like such a good wrestler. And then afterwards, we could have an unk to unk conversation. I feel like that'd be dope. Let's see. How much do I watch anime? I answered this question. Have I ever gooned to Michael Morales? Have I ever gooned to Michael Morales? Now, 25 of y'all have sent me the freaking Michael Morales video. No, I have not gooned to Michael Morales. Does my wife know? I don't think I've shown my wife the Michael Morales video. I don't plan to also. Are you kidding me? Uh, but I've told her about the zestiness and how this is backfiring. My intense fandom for Michael Morales is backfiring. All right. Would you rather talk like Jar Jar Binks or have all title fights be like Nami Yunus versus Esparza 2? Okay. Now this is a setup for me to talk like Jar Jar Binks, isn't it? And right now I'm going to humiliate myself for the sake of YouTube. Oh! Oh! Nami Yunus versus Esparza. Wait, that's Yoda. Oh, the force is strong with you. Yeah, that's Yoda. I don't know how to do Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks. Goodness gracious. Let me keep it moving. Goodness. What do I do other than YouTube? Do I have a job or in school? Yeah, I have a job. I'm an engineer. Been here since 2K something. When are you gonna invite me to the cookout? Serious question though. At what milestone do you think you'll quit your job and do YouTube full time? If I make $1 million off YouTube, I'll quit my job. Uh, but I am far away from that. Am I gonna invite you to the cookout? Okay, cookout invitations don't just go to anybody. So there, I mean, if it was my cookout, yeah, anyone can come to my cookout. But the cookout, that's a different story. Now, if you know, you know. But if my cookout, anybody can come to my house. I love cooking. I love hosting people. But the cookout is a different story. And yeah, I just need to get to know you a little more. I need to know who you are. You say you look like Michael Morales. You zesty like him too? I'm not, dude. I'm not, bro. I'm not. First of all, I want to congratulate you on your success with the YouTube channel. You have a lot of humor that's close to autism. The question is, who is gayer, Michael Morales or Peyton Talbot? I answered that. Race tier list, I answered that. Do I think Sean Strickland could beat Hamzat? Or at least if he has the best shot, personally, I feel like he does, especially if he beats Fluffy. Um, did he beat Fluffy? Has he already fought Fluffy? Let me look. Sean Strickland. Let me waste some of y'all's time. Did he already fight? I do not have the memory to be doing this. I don't see a Fluffy Hernandez. What's Fluffy's real first name? Alexander Hernandez? No. Yeah, I don't see him. So Anthony Hernandez. We'll see if if he beats Hernandez, is that signed? It'd be nice if we could get a signed fight by Sean Strickland, but We'll see. I don't think Sean Strickland beats Hamzat. I don't think anybody beats Hamzat. If anyone could beat Hamzat, yeah, I don't think anyone beats Hamzat. Not at middleweight. Who are his contenders? Kai Barayo doesn't. Nazardine Imavov is signed, but he doesn't. Izzy needs to stay very far away. Uh, yeah, no one beats Hamzat in middleweight. Can I get a kiss? And can you make it last forever? I think I'm about to go to. No, you can't get a kiss, dude. I'm a dude, by the way. Yeah, I'm a dude too. You can't. I'm sorry. Can you say your social security number in a Jamaican accent? No, I can't. I love your content. It genuinely makes my day every time I watch a video. Thank you so much. I was wondering if you had some advice about how to deal when you get burnt out or exhausted. Dude, what? That's like such a real question. Okay. Dude, that is such a real question. Why would you ask me this? This is such an awesome question. Okay, so um burnout and exhaustion, I think, and hey, I'm just gonna go into my worldview is I'm a Christian. So in the Bible, in Genesis, it says that God, he created the earth in 6 days. Now that doesn't mean literal 6 days. Um, Genesis is not a science book, it's poetry. So it says he created in 6 days, and then on the seventh day he said it is good, and he rested. And so that's why pretty much the whole world follows a 7-day calendar. That's why pretty much the whole world has weekends and stuff, because we are literally made and created to like take a break. And so I try to at least once a week have like at least like a few hours where I don't do anything, where I at least sleep in at like once a week, go and do something that is recharging to you. So like Netflix is not recharging, scrolling on your phone is not recharging, video games is not recharging. Sometimes it can, sometimes these things can be, but 4 hours of that stuff, you're not gonna feel any better. So for me, I love going to a coffee shop and journaling. That really makes me feel recharged. Sometimes I like going fishing, but I got to be careful because fishing can be kind of like strenuous or stressful, especially if you're not catching anything. Uh, I like spending time in nature. Like you got to do something. Maybe for you, it's like spending time with people that you love. Um, but try to do that at least once a week, and then also have the perspective, like I said, this is from a Christian perspective, is you do your best and then you leave the rest in God's hands. And you say, all right, I did my best, the rest is up to you. All we can do is plant seeds and water, but God makes plants grow. We can't make any plants grow. So that is my that is my answer to that question. I think that's an awesome question. All right. Did you mention your wife is pregnant? She is pregnant, guys. You want to know the craziest story? You want to know the craziest freaking story? The first Michael Morales video I made was earlier this year, like April or May. And it was when he was fighting Gilbert Burns. And I made a joke in there. If you go back and you watch that video, I made a joke where I said I missed the fight because my wife asked me to go move some furniture, and we moved the furniture in the bedroom, and then we came back out, and then the fight was over. And so I had to watch the replay of the Michael Morales versus Gilbert Burns fight. And then I made a joke in there that 9 months from now, something might be coming. Literally, guys, my son is literally due 9 months from that video, which is really funny. That is also another reason why I'm a big fan of Michael Morales. And I make jokes about I'm going to name my son Miguel Ardilla Voladora. But yeah, she's due in January, so getting ready for that, man. If you had to know, gosh, I'm not answering that question. What do you do for a living? Engineer. What do you do for work? And what did you study in school? Engineering. Love the content. Big fan. I think you're hilarious. I answered that question. Do I think Islam will ever move back down to 155? No. I think he's way too big. And it would, could you imagine, man? He did all that work trying to get to 170 just for him to lose all that weight back? No, man, that would be torturous. How often do I train? I just worked out today. I work out. I ran like a mile and a half and I did arms. Um, have you seen the Michael Morales videos? Yes, I've seen them because 25 of you people have DM'd me these videos. Who's your second favorite fighter? Uh, who are they? I like Charles Oliveira. I like Dricus du Plessis. I like Yuri. I like Alex Poetan Pereira. I like I like Izzy. See, the thing with my saying someone is your favorite fighter, Izzy was my favorite fighter for a while, and then the dog video came out. Okay, Michael Morales was my favorite fighter for a while, and then him bumping and grinding in his TikTok video came out. So like I feel like I can't have a favorite. Whatever. Let me continue. You guys get what I'm saying, right? Hey, Mr. Ardia que vuela. My fiance and I love your videos. She's Afro-Latina such as yourself. Oh, I answered this because he said you are what you eat, so he's Afro-Latino. Good job, bud. Uh, any other hobbies besides MMA? I told y'all I like anime. Volunteer at my church. I run. I lift. I'm an engineer. I like building stuff. I do woodwork stuff in my garage. Okay, top 10 GOAT list. Ooh, okay, I wrote this down. This is a legit question. Top 10 GOAT list. So a long time ago, I made a video about this where I feel like there's two tiers of GOATs, right? There's the old guard and then there's the new guard. And it's kind of hard to, like, it's like comparing LeBron James and Michael Jordan or LeBron James and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Dr. J or uh, who's the guy? The guy with 11 rings. I forgot his name. Like, it's hard to compare present and past. And so the past, I got GSP, Jones, Mighty Mouse, Anderson Silva, right? That's pretty much everyone's list for the GOATs. But then when we get to like Islam, Ilya, Marab. Why did I say Marab? Marab. Okay. I need to just make a dedicated video for this. Because right now my GOAT list looks like the current pound for pound list. Like I have Islam, I have Ilya on here. He shouldn't be number 2, but he has done some amazing stuff. Marab should definitely be on there, top 10. Pereira should be on there, top 10. Khabib, I'm iffy on Khabib because he didn't fight, like he fought Gate. Who is his best win? Conor McGregor is his best win. Is Conor McGregor an all-time? Like, maybe Conor is an all-time featherweight. It's hard, man. Speaking of all-time featherweights, Volk is definitely on there, top 10. And then we got Aldo. He's on there. Then I got Kamaru as he's the second best welterweight. And then I got Adesanya as the second best middleweight. But then I'm missing Pantoja. Like, there's just not enough room. I feel like we got to wait it out a little bit until all these guys that I just mentioned, until they're all done, until they all retire. Then we can really put them in a good list. But right now, it's kind of hard because, like, Ilya is only 28 years old. And then Kamaru and Adesanya, they're towards their end of their career. And then, so it's kind of hard to say. But, yeah. Okay, Yeti, water jug, or Stanley Cup. I don't have that. I don't have either, bro. You think I walk around with a Yeti water jug or a Stanley Cup, bro? You think I do that? I honestly, I walk around with a gallon jug more than I do, like a plastic gallon jug from the gas station more than I do a metal. Dude, no, bro. I don't do all that. Why did I get pissed at that? Light skin or dark skin? Real question was the first fight or moment you became a fan of the MMA. Light skin or dark skin? I think I'm brown skin. I in the summertime I'm dark skinned, in the wintertime I'm light skinned, but I'm brown skinned. I told y'all I look like Leon Edwards and Michael Morales. Real question: what was the first moment? It was John Jones. John Jones was the first. Watching a 20-year-old guy beat the crap out of Shogun Rua was my first time I became a fan of MMA. Let's see. Do I actually have a wife, or is it an excuse not to upload? It is. Sometimes I use it as an excuse to not upload. But I definitely have a wife, and I could be spending time with her right now, but I'm spending time with y'all, and it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Okay, is there any other content you plan to make related or unrelated to MMA? You know, it'd be cool to make some fishing content. Sometimes I see these fishing YouTube channels, and I'm like, dang, I should just get like a GoPro and just go fishing. The problem with that is how many times I get skunked when I go fishing. So half the content is gonna be me standing there thinking, what the heck? It's just gonna be me standing there not catching nothing. Like, I feel like I need to get good at fishing. And some days I'm good. Some days I'm on it, bro. But like, maybe I'll just do that in the springtime. Springtime, I'm catching everything. I'm catching anything with scales, anything green with scales in front of me, I'm getting it in my hands. Pause. Ew, wait. Why did I say pause to that? But and also, this is like my first real year fishing. So these seasons are new to me. Like, summertime hit me like Cyril Gahn's index finger, man. Summertime, but when the weather changed, I was not catching anything. And then now that it's fall, I've been able to catch some stuff. So I'm just learning it, but that would be cool. What fights would I like to see on the White House card? I want to see McGregor come back, man. Call me a casual. I want to see McGregor come back. Actually come back and fight. And then retire. So we're not just... Don't leave us hanging. What did you major in? What's your career? How do you balance that? I think I answered this. Yeah, I just stay up really late editing these videos. And then I go to work in the morning and I get not that much sleep. Thoughts on 9/11? I know about you too, yeah? I know about you too, yeah? You little terrorist rat. You little rat. Yeah, how's Noah? Hey? How's Noah? Thoughts on 9/11? It was awful. I was in first grade when it happened. And I've been in New York a few times. It's really emotional being there. Just sad how many people passed away in that. And I can't even imagine being there. All right, did I answer this? What would you say is your next favorite hobby after MMA? I answered this. But now that I talked about fishing, fishing is definitely my next favorite hobby. I need to get out there and fish again, man. Congrats, bro. Like I said, go check out Jeremiah Emanuel's music. He's awesome. And then we must have more sound effects. This is where I left off last video, but the comments are scrambled. Yeah, I need to get some more sound effects. Y'all might be seeing the post that I like on Instagram. There's some of these fa sound effects, or the guys just screaming in pain. I need to get some of those. Why don't you collab with anyone? Dude, I want to collab. Who would I collab with, bro? I would collab with Bedtime, because he's my favorite YouTuber. I feel like he don't want to collab with any of his little clones. And I feel like I'm technically one of his little clones who made another channel like just like his. But I try to be original. Yeah, Bedtime, he'd be cool. I talk about Kenny Okoye all the time. We haven't done anything. I feel like I could just literally DM him and be like, hey, let's make a video tonight. And he would do it. So I should get on that. I just don't... collab, like a lot of these collabs are just debates, and I don't feel that strongly about anything to debate. Like Kenny and Bedtime, they'll be screaming at each other. I'll never scream. Maybe if you rage bait me enough. But like, what I look like screaming? What do I look like screaming? Huh? Screaming about a fight, about a game plan, about someone's footwork. What, like, literally, what do I look like? I just don't feel that strongly about this stuff, and I don't know ball. Like, I feel like I just don't know ball enough. And if I were to get on a live stream with these guys, they would just cook me. So it would be more of a friendly collab rather than like a debate. But I'd totally do it. I answered this. My favorite show in anime, One Piece. I answered that. Okay. Oh, wow. These are a lot of questions. What is this, man? Would I kiss Michael Morales? Guys, man. Guys. Hey, bro. Come on, man. My bad. That was a very that was a very Jamaican response to that. When do you think you'll get the Morales interview? I don't think I'll ever get it, man. Uh, I don't think I'll ever get it. His DMs are probably flooded right now. He's more famous than he's ever been in his life. Good for him. I'm happy for him, but we'll see. Would you rather train with him or Sadulayev? Ooh, dude, I'd rather train with Sadulayev. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You don't even know who Sadulayev is. I would way rather train with Sadulayev. Dude, are you kidding me? That would be so sick. I haven't wrestled in years, but I would 1,000%. I would love to go train with Sadulayev. How big do you think his Morales is? Jeez, guys, come on, man, come on now. Okay, can he retire as the GOAT? That'd be crazy. We need to see him against like a. Let's see him get the belt first, and then we'll see. Cause he is young. He's only 25. He's only 25. Think about that. He's 4 years younger than JDM. He has a lot of time. Imagine where he would be 4 years from now. He's 4 years younger than JDM, and JDM is young. He's 4 years younger than Ilya Topuria. He could retire as the GOAT. His potential is limitless. How does it feel to represent Ecuador this Saturday night? What does it mean for you to beat Sean Brady? If Michael Morales was Spider-Man, would you be Mary Jane? No, dude. Come on, guys. How good is Michael Morales? He's really good. What do you think about the new prospect, Michael Morales? Is Michael Morales the undisputed GOAT of MMA? What would you do if you randomly saw Michael Morales in the store? That would be fun. I would try to go up and dap him up and be like, hey, man, I'm a big fan. I'm an MMA YouTuber. I have 20K subscribers. Please, can we collab? Can I interview you? And I try to say it in Spanish. Say, hola, mucho gusto. Yo soy un animador de ti y tengo una YouTube channel con 20,000 suscriptores y es un sueño de mí tener una entrevista contigo. Soy un gran animador de ti y pero si no quieres, está bien. Es un placer en conocer você. I'm getting my Portuguese mixed up. It's a pleasure to meet you, and best of luck to you, man. That's what I would say. And then the next question, would you kiss Michael Morales? Okay, come on, guys. Dream White House card. Dream White House card. I mean, I would put all the American fighters on there. We got a lot of American fighters. We don't have a lot of champs, but like heavyweight, who do we have at heavyweight? Gosh, my memory is not that good. Let me just pull up the screen. Let's talk about it right here. So who would we put? Let's find the American. Is there any American? There's not even an American. Max Holloway is the only American. Bilal Muhammad, technically American. On the pound for pound list, Max Holloway is the best American we got on pound for pound? Okay. So yeah, I'd put Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira on there. I put Joshua Van versus, depending on if he beats Pantoja, Josh Van versus crap. Where's the Kaya Sakura would be a sick fight because they both box. That would be such a sick fight. Um, let's see, Americans. We'll put Sean O'Malley versus Corey Hagen for the hardcores. That'd be an awesome fight. Please fight. Let's see, Americans. Aljo. Dude, let's do Steve Garcia versus Aljo. Steve Garcia is a dog, bro. Steve Garcia is an absolute dog, man. Yeah. Steve Garcia versus Brian Ortega, even. That'd be cool. Steve Garcia versus Gene Silva. How is Gene Silva not ranked? Okay, let's continue. Uh, Lightweight. We got Max Holloway. Yeah, I already made that fight. Also, Mike Chandler versus Conor McGregor. I want that on the card. Let's find another American. Kamaru's American. Joaquin Buckley's American. Buckley Bonfim. That's a cool little prelim fight. Let's keep it pushing. Sean Strickland versus Fluffy. There we go. That was easy. Cannoneer versus. Didn't they already fight? I feel like Cannoneer already fought. Yeah, they did. Cannoneer won. Let's see. Any Americans? Khalil Roundtree versus Jamal Hill already happened. Azamat Mirzakhanov versus Jamal Hill. How about that? How about that? That's not a bad fight. And then at heavyweight, who do we have? Derek Lewis. Let's do Derek Lewis versus Shamil Gadziev. And then Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes is probably going to be on the card. Mackenzie Dern versus Weili Zhang. Let's do that. And then Mackenzie Dern, is she American or is she Brazilian now? I don't know. Okay, that's it. That's my dream card. We did it. We did it. Let's continue. We are about 36 minutes in. Goodness. Who are your picks for overhated UFC fighters? I already answered this. Least and most favorite MMA commentator? I really don't listen. I don't pay attention to the commentators for real. I be watching the fights. I don't get how these MMA YouTubers, they be getting pissed off, bro. Bedtime be getting pissed off at Joe Rogan, at Daniel Cormier. Y'all are listening to them? Y'all don't have enough voices in your own head clouding the sound? I am not listening to Joe Rogan when I'm watching these fights, bro. I am not, like, I'm never listening to them. Which fighters do you think have to get cut from the UFC and why? This was a video I wanted to make, and I'm pissed that I didn't make it. But I was going to put Kelvin Gastelum on there because he misses weight every single time. I was going to Brian Battle. I'm too late with that. And then Cedricus Dumas. I was too late for that. John Jones needed to get cut. I'm too late for that. Who's another one who needs to get cut? Somebody need to get cut. I sound like I'm in prison. Cut from the UFC. Cut. I think I'm looking at the list again. I don't see anyone in the rankings who needs to get cut. Okay, I'll keep it at that. Yeah, I think I'll keep it at that. Yeah, okay. Are you ever going to... Yo, you've asked a lot of questions, Link Alamodi. Are you ever going to make vids with your face in them? Maybe not. Probably not. Been here since pre-1K. Congrats. Man, if you're from pre-1K, you remember some cringy videos, man. So I appreciate you. I answered that. What's my prediction for Berserk ending? Uh, guys, I'm not caught up in Berserk. I know it's my... Oh, gosh. I know. I just lost all the street cred in the world. I'm not caught up. I got through the Golden Age, and I got through the Eclipse, and then I'm still in the middle of Skull Knight, and I'm just trying to make it through. I've seen the important stuff. I've read through the important stuff. Golden Age, Black Swordsman, and the Eclipse. So I have no idea how it ends. I have no idea what he's doing. Like, is his arm okay? Does he fall in love again? I doubt he falls in love again. I doubt he gets over what happened at the eclipse. I doubt it. Uh, and if you're not a Berserk fan and you're wondering what I'm talking about, the eclipse is basically, imagine if after Ilya knocked out Charles Oliveira, he did the celebration that Izzy did on Paulo Costa, but to Charles Oliveira's wife. And then on top of that, he blew up the stadium. That's pretty much. Oh, and then no. But it's not Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira. It's what would be a good comparison? Imagine if Aljo and Marab fought, and Aljo did that to Marab. That's pretty much the eclipse. And gay son or thought daughter, very, very relevant to talking about Berserk. There are gay sons and there are thought daughters in Berserk. And I'm not going to answer that question. Do you watch any other sports? I watch football. Let's go Texas Longhorns. This weekend we have Arkansas. We're going to get them. What's your top 10 MMA fighters pound for pound? Dude, I agree with the pound for pound list. That might make me a casual. Let's see. Number 1, Islam. Number 2, Ilya. Number 3, Marab. Number 4, Hamzat. Number 5, Pantoja. Number 6, Alex Pereira. I think those top 3 are just going to rotate as they keep fighting. Like, next time Ilya knocks someone out, he's going to go number 1. Marab will probably jump above. Actually, when Marab beats Peter Yan, if Marab beats Peter Yan, I doubt they'll move him up, which is sad, which is really sad because they should. Marab beating Peter Yan should put him above Ilia Topuria on the pound for pound. It 100% should, and hopefully it does. But yeah, and then we got Volk, Tom Aspinall. I'd put Tom Aspinall a little lower. I'd put Jack a little lower. I'd put Armin Sarukian a little higher, but we'll see this weekend how he does. Some people missing here, man. I would put Yuri Prohaska should be higher than Tom Aspinall. No, he shouldn't. No. Yuri Prohaska should be definitely higher than Jack Della Maddalena. And I would also put Drickus should be high. And maybe... Okay, I think I'll keep it at that. Peter Yan should be up here too. All right, let's continue. Top 5 favorite fighters. I already said that. I like Drickus. I like Charles. I'm losing. Am I dehydrated? I'm getting dehydrated. Okay. Let's continue. Who's your favorite prospect? Guys, man. So Michael Morales, he's not a prospect anymore. So Steve Garcia isn't a prospect anymore. The real question is, when do people stop being prospects? Joshua Van is not a prospect anymore. These guys, it took them like 3 months, and they're not prospects anymore. So it's kind of hard for me. And I don't watch Dana White Container series, and I should. I know I should. Oh, I know I should. Dang, guys, I'm sorry. I let the squad down. I don't have a favorite prospect. I need to watch Dana White Contender Series, but I'm sorry, guys. No, you know who I like? You know who I do like? I like Nacho. I like Ignacio Bahamondes. And there's this one dude I like watching. He has a really long name, like Hassan Al Malik Abdul Aziz. He's like a Nigerian or black guy. He had a sick knockout the other day. I'm sorry, guys. Bro, where or how do you even get your sounds onto your videos? So I'll just tell y'all. I just go on YouTube and then I download from YouTube. I download the audio from YouTube. I know no one. What is this? What does that mean? I'm gonna like and heart it. Code Geese, least favorite race, 400 meter, 100K forearm reveal. Sure, man. You zesty like Morales? I'm not zesty like Morales. What's your real name? Flying Squirrel MMA, face reveal win. I don't know. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear evidence of my wife? That was her sneezing. What advice would you give to someone who wants to start an MMA YouTube channel? I think I answered this last time. Just be yourself and keep it pushing. Keep chugging. Story behind the profile picture. Honestly, this profile picture is literally, it's just a picture I had saved on my phone. Is that messed up? It's just a picture I had saved on my phone. All right, I hit enter. Why is it not posting? Dang, I'm really unk for real, huh? Okay. Well. It didn't it literally didn't post. 20K Q A. Oh my gosh. You guys are seeing my IQ in real time. Oh, share. Here we go. Jeez. That just wasted another like minute of this video. When I might have 100 more questions. What are your thoughts on Gunnar Nelson? Is he in contention for a title fight soon? Guys, no, dude. Sorry, bud. He's not. What is your name? Your name's Chodestick? Guys, man. Oh. Congratulations, Flying Rat. Maybe one day you'll do a collab with MMA Guru. Probably not. Will you ever collab with the Weasel? Probably not. Would you rather kiss? Okay. Would you rather kiss a Thai ladyboy or a German trans woman? I'd rather kiss my wife. If you could be in the corner of any fighter, which would you choose? I think I answered this. Yeah, and I said Marab because his corner is those crazy New Yorkers. Come on, Marab, whoop him. Take it, take off your wife beater, take off your Timbs, get in there, show him who's boss, Marab. Show that sucker who's boss. Okay. Thank you so much. Are you going to post a Flying Squirrel GOAT list anytime soon? Y'all saw me struggle through that GOAT list earlier. Maybe I will. I like football, merch. Could we get Flying Squirrel merch in the distant future? If y'all would buy it, y'all want to buy Flying Squirrel merch, I'll make a t-shirt or a hoodie or let me know what like I was thinking of making like magnets, stickers, a t-shirt. I don't want to just make a black t-shirt that says Flying Squirrel MMA. I want it to be kind of cool, but I feel like I don't have enough. Like I want to have a quote like you don't even know what Ankalaev is or you don't know what Sajalaev is. But I feel like that's not shirt worthy. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Like we'll figure something out. When are we gonna get Flying Squirrel MMA versus MMA Guru boxing match officiated by Lucas Tracy, of course? I don't want to fight the guy. And also, boxing isn't my strong suit. So it'd have to be MMA. If MMA, dude, I got him, dude. I could wrestle. I could freaking wrestle. I'm going to jump on his back. Why isn't there more advocacy for heavyweight women's MMA? You know, this is a large topic. This is a topic that weighs on me a lot. And I don't know, bro. Is Islam the GOAT after beating JDM? And if not, what more does he have to do for that title to be undeniable? Yeah, it sucks. I feel like because of what people have done before him, he's not being given the GOAT status just immediately. I think JDM We can't, let's not downplay JDM. JDM is really, really good, and that was a good win. Especially moving up a weight class, fighting JDM is a really good win. Uh I think if he wins like a few more, he's undisputed GOAT. And I think even if he wins a few more, he'll break John Jones's record. And he would have broken John Jones's record in another weight class, and he would have done it without running from people and without being on steroids or running over pregnant women and beating his wife. So, yeah, a few more wins, and I think he's GOAT. How many times a week do you rewatch UFC 317 main event? For me, it's 3. So UFC 317 was when Oliveira got knocked out, and I don't watch it at all. Okay? And I don't want to talk about it also. Does your wife watch your YouTube channel? Does anybody recognize you in real life yet? Also, do you actually have a wife, or is that part of a bit? Dude, so my wife does watch like every video, and she really thinks it's hilarious that y'all think that she doesn't exist. Um, does anyone, no one has recognized me in real life? No, 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 no. I had a friend from high school. He recognized me, and he was like listening, and then I mentioned wrestling in Texas, and then he's like, "Is that so and so?" And then he DM'd me. He's like, "Dude, are you so and so? Are you Flying Twirl MMA?" And I was like, "Yes, yes." And he had been listening for like months, so that was really cool. That was a very cool experience. I hope that it'll happen again. I'm really hoping that I'll walk through the office where I'm working and someone will say, "Dude, you sound just like Flying Squirrel MMA on YouTube." That would make my life. That would really make my life. What's my favorite technique or move to see used in a fight? So in wrestling, I loved the double leg. In jiu-jitsu, the I love the Darce choke in jiu-jitsu. In MMA, I love I love a good trip. Like the stuff Peter Yan does, or even sometimes Islam will do some judo trips. I love those judo trips. Favorite fight? It's got to be Conor versus Khabib. That there's not a better fight than that, and everything around it. Do it grip. Uh, uh, all right. Is why is wrestling so boring, guys? I'm not even gonna lie. Wrestling is boring. It's like even when I watch, like if I watch the Olympics, I gotta fast forward it because they'll just be it's boring, bro. And I love wrestling. I think it's exciting if you know the person wrestling. Like if it's your buddy or your teammate, then yeah, I can watch the match. If I'm watching film on my opponent, I can watch the match. But it's just boring. It's not like constant action. The action might be you hand fight for 4 minutes and then finally you set up a takedown and you get it or you don't get it. Like, and no one's actually hand fighting for 4 minutes because it's 3 minute rounds. Well, I think it's three. Yeah. So it's not as much action, but I think it's the toughest sport. Definitely the toughest sport. What are your favorite or funniest non MMA YouTube channels? Who do you get your commentary style from? So I watch a lot of comedy. Dude, I'm just guys. Here's the thing. I'm a 30-year-old guy from Austin, Texas. Okay, so we all watch the same stuff. We all freaking watch the same stuff. We all watch Rogan. We all watch all the comedians in the Rogan sphere. We all like them. Okay, so all your boys. The Shank. Well, if I were to say my favorite comedians, I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away. No, I can give it away. It don't matter. My favorite comedian right now is Sebastian Maniscalco, and y'all have probably heard a little bit of his humor in some of my jokes. I try to not like let it influence my jokes, but Sebastian, you doing what? These guys are getting on my page asking me, would you kiss Michael Morales? Who are you people? Right? I think that's funny. I got the sound effects from Chris D'Elia. I used to listen to his show before he became a creep. Uh, he puts sound effects. He's the GOAT with his sound effects. And then obviously Bill Burr. I get the little hello, like going away from the mic. I get that from Bill Burr. Am I giving away all my sauce? I kind of am. But there's things I got to do to like spice up these videos. So sound effects from Chris D'Elia. Hello, lady, from Bill Burr. And but then also I'm just try to be myself. Is there anyone else funny that I watch? That's really it for real. Am I a fan of MMA Joey? I've never watched the video. How old are you? I'm 30. Streams when, Unk? What should I stream? Would y'all legitimately, like, if I streamed and it was a blank screen, would y'all watch it? Would y'all hang out with me? I guess this is the test. If you're still watching in this video and it's been going for 57 minutes, then I guess that's the test. What got you into UFC? I already answered that. Why haven't you traveled to Norway? I answered that. 5 Pantoja-sized Francis Ngannous versus 1 Ngannou-sized Pantoja. Who wins? 5 Pantoja-sized Francis Ngannous versus 1 Ngannou-sized Pantoja. So I think Pantoja is obviously more skilled than Francis Ngannou. But I think a UFC fighter could beat 5 untrained people. But you're asking me if a UFC fighter can beat 5 UFC fighters. I don't think they can. So I'm going to take 5 Alexander Pantoja-sized Francis Ngannous versus 1 Francis Ngannou. 1 Francis Ngannou-sized Pantoja. Yeah. I think 5-on-1 is going to win. Are you winning a fist fight against Victor MMA? Does he train? Because I will fight him for the rights to use the title so-and-so versus so-and-so is not even close, because that is my title, and he took it, and he makes more videos of me. He makes more views. All right. When an imaginary kid is about to come in January, my son is due in January. Would you rather have a gay son or an OnlyFans girl? Come on, bro. I don't like thinking about that, man. I don't like thinking about that, bro. Do you have any form of combat sports training? Yeah, I said that. Probably already answered. Where does the name Flying Squirrel come from? I haven't answered that. In football, so I played football in high school, and I was not the best. I was better at wrestling than I was at football. But I played defensive end and linebacker, and I would get to these, like, if you play defense, sometimes you're running full speed, and then the guy has already been tackled, and you're like, what the heck? Come on. So I made a habit of, like, there would be a pile, and then I would just jump and, like, flying squirrel and land on the pile when I got to the pile late. And so my teammates started calling me Flying Squirrel, and my coaches hated it. And I think I got a penalty one time for it. For doing the flying squirrel over a pile. It also helps that I have like a 30-something inch vertical. Are you going to remember me when you blow up? Brother, I don't even remember you now. All right. Have you eaten Filipino Pinoy food before? If not, I suggest adobo. I've had all of that. Yeah, there's a Filipino family at my church, and I've eaten Filipino. What is the noodles? It's like this noodle thing that they make. I've had that so often. I love that. Crap, what is the noodle dish? Let me look it up. If you're here with me, you're just here with me. Filipino noodle. Pancit. Yeah, I love pancit. Which division is your favorite to watch? I said welterweight or bantamweight. You're very talented in narration and comedy. Have you ever thought of pursuing a career connected to that? Not really. I've done stand up before, but I feel like YouTube this is also stand up. So I don't need to go to a dingy, like, smoky bar and do jokes for 5 people when I could just make YouTube videos and make jokes for 20,000 people, What's your favorite weight class? 170 right now. When will you reveal? Dude, I'm not revealing my wife, bro. That's haram. I'm not revealing my wife. Why did you start your channel? I needed people to talk to about UFC. Should there be a 165 weight class? I answered that. Who do I see winning between Prates and Morales? I think Morales absolutely smokes Prates. He absolutely smokes him. I answered that. How much sexier? Okay. Is it a fire hazard to use duct tape as insulation for an exposed split copper wire for a charger that works if the copper is connected? Also, what is the best Panamanian dish you recommend? Best Panamanian dish I recommend. I grew up just eating jerk chicken, rice and peas, and fried plantain. I like sancocho. And I like tres leches. I don't know if those are specifically Panamanian dishes. I don't think they are. But Caribbean, like, we're all in the same area. So those are my favorite. How does it feel knowing fighters definitely see and watch your videos? They don't watch my videos. Do you ever make you nervous that when you say something, I consider you up there with the Lucas Tracy's and MMA Jories in my personal watch list. So it's awesome to see you grow. Thank you so much. I really don't think fighters watch my videos. If they do, that'd be really cool. And I would definitely want them on the channel. I would want to talk to you on the channel. And then I'd feel bad that I maybe made fun of you in the past. But I feel like most of them have thick skin. Like, for example, I just met someone who knows Michael Chandler, right? I just talked to him on the phone. And I was thinking, okay, I could literally meet Michael Chandler through this person. If if Michael Chandler does even a second of background work on my channel, he's gonna see that I was making fun of him. I'm screwed. I'm screwed. Final question. I've been spamming these. Who's your favorite fighter or boxer of all time? Fighter of all time. Fighter of all time. I feel like I keep saying Charles Oliveira over and over. Boxer. I'm gonna answer boxer. So. Roberto Duran or no. I like so many boxers. I like Roberto Duran. I like Pacquiao. I like Mayweather, kind of. I like Mike Tyson. I like Evander Holyfield. I like Sugar Ray Leonard. Oh, dude. No, here, I'll just say it. Jack Dempsey. That's who I like. Jack Dempsey is my favorite boxer. You like that? I like Muhammad Ali too. Favorite games of all time. Ghost of Tsushima, God of War. Oh my gosh. No, 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 no. Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Goated. Absolutely goated games. Top 5 UFC fighters currently or all time. I answered that. Face reveal win. I answered that. Diversify the content. Do in real life training, like training with, I don't know, Lucas Tracy. I would train with Lucas Tracy. I don't know if Lucas Tracy would train with me, but I'd train with him. Yeah, for sure. Will we ever get face cam? Why is your name Flying Squirrel? I answered that. How much do you bench? I benched 250 the other day. And I was pushing it. My shoulder felt like it was about to slide off the hinge. How will we be celebrating when Michael Morales becomes champion? You know what, dude? Screw it. You know how we're gonna celebrate? We're all gonna grind. We're all gonna do the grinding hip dance just like he did. Could you imagine? Imagine Michael Morales becomes champion. The whole audience has their hands on their head and they're just gyrating their hips. Could you imagine that, bro? We're gonna do that. That's what we're doing, bro. We are all going to Tijuana. Flying Squirrel actually said he's buying us all tickets. I did not say that. I did not say that. Would I survive in Dagestan training with Khabib? I would survive. I'd survive. Maybe not. Actually, if Aiden Ross could survive training with Khabib, then I could definitely survive training with Khabib. How did I fluke my way into 20K? Dude, 167 videos. That's how I fluked my way in here. And over overthinking it. All right. What do I do for work? Do I enjoy it? George McKenna, you've been a subscriber for a long time. Shout out to you, man. You sure? A bit too personal. I'm an engineer and I enjoy it a little bit. There's sometimes I like designing parts. You have been sentenced to 10 years. However, there is a 10-inch blade. For every inch you put up your butt, you get one less year. Are you using the knife? If so, how much? If so, think of your wife. Okay, if 10 years and I have to put a 10-inch blade up my butt. No, dude. Why would you say that? What YouTube content do I enjoy? I love fishing videos. Actually, I would love to be done with this video right now because I've been on here for an hour. And I would love to just turn on a fishing video right now by Ernie the Hog Snatcher. Pause, and just watch him catch catfish and lay down on my bed and watch someone just fish for a huge catfish. Inspiration, though, I answered that. It's mostly these comedians. What is my actual day job? Answer that. Have a wife? Yes. How many cars do I own? I have one car. Wife and kid on the channel? When? I'm not putting my wife and kid on the channel, man. Maybe I'll block out our faces. But then that feels like hostage-like, you know? Good stuff, Squirrel. Thanks, JV3 Snipes. OnlyFans, when? Not OnlyFans. I might do a little paid thing. I don't know, bro. I don't want to nickel and dime you guys. I really don't. I want to keep it free 99 because I'm cheap myself. But I don't know. If I were to do a paid membership or like a subscribers only thing, I don't even know what content I would give you. Like a podcast? I don't know. Let me know if there is something you want. Did you grow up in America or move to the U.S. at a young given you're Afro-Latino? Okay, this is the last question I'll answer. I was born in the U.S., but my dad was not. My dad is Panamanian. So I'm Afro-Latino, but I'm a no sabo kid. So I had to learn. I'm learning Spanish on my own. Estoy aprendiendo español de mí mismo. How do you say that? On myself, by myself? Myself. Me mismo. I'll look it up later. But yeah, okay. If you have made it this far, you are the GOAT. Thank you for listening. I don't think I'm doing this again. This was tiring. I'm so tired right now. But thank you for listening. More content on the way. You're probably subscribed if you watch the hour-long video by me. If you're not, then I don't know what to tell you. You can subscribe if you want. Please at least like the video if you made it this far. And follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And please stop sending me that Morales video. I'll see you guys later. Peace.